What's up, what's happening, what is going on, everybody? We recently brought you the worst draft picks of each of the last 25 years, so come on, let's get happy now. I'm Mike Cantalupo, and today we present the best draft pick in the last 25 NFL drafts. And a big shout out to Vikings fan 1437, test my dyslexia there, for suggesting this video. 1993, Michael Strahan. He was drafted 40th overall by the New York Giants. He was a 7-time Pro Bowler, only 141.5 career sacks. He had 22.5 sacks in the 2001 season alone. He led the Giants to a Super Bowl 42 upset over the Patriots, arguably the most dominant pass rusher after Lawrence Taylor, and now he's a great television personality. 1994, Marshall Faulk. Second overall pick by the Colts, best remembered actually for his tenure with the Rams, part of the greatest show on turf. 7-time Pro Bowler. He was a Super Bowl 34 champion, 3-time Offensive Player of the Year, over 1,200 career rushing yards. 1995, Derek Brooks. Warren Sapp is definitely a close second here. Brooks became an elite outside linebacker, the 2002 Defensive Player of the Year. He led the Bucs to an iconic 2002 defense. They won Super Bowl 37. He had 25 picks, 24 forced fumbles, over 1,700 tackles, obviously a Hall of Famer. 1996, Ray Lewis. Terrell Owens is our honorable mention for this year. He was the 26th overall pick, arguably the best linebacker ever. He led the Ravens' elite defense for nearly 2 decades. He's a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year award winner and a 2-time Super Bowl champion. And on top of that, he is the best leader of men ever. 1997, Tony Gonzalez. Jason Taylor, worthy mention here. Tony Gonzalez might be the best tight end ever. 14-time Pro Bowler, over 1,300 receptions, only behind Jerry Rice, by the way, for career interceptions. Most ever yards by a tight end, most ever receptions by a tight end. Only missed 2 career games in 17 years. Are you kidding me? Peyton Manning. First overall pick by the Colts, we know the rest. 5-time MVP, Super Bowl champion with the Colts and the Broncos, all-time leader in passing yards and passing touchdowns. He's a 4-time leader in passing touchdowns, 14 Pro Bowls, absolute lock for the Hall of Fame. What else can you say about him? 1999, Torry Holt. He was part of that Rams offense with Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, and Marshall Faulk. They won Super Bowl 34 together. He led the league in receiving yards twice. He has over 13,000 receiving yards, 74 touchdowns, 920 receptions, and will soon be in the Hall of Fame. 2000, Tom Brady. What a steal, 199th overall in 2000, the biggest steal in NFL history. 5 Super Bowl championships, 4 Super Bowl MVPs, 3 just general NFL MVP awards. He is the leader in countless quarterback stats, arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, and has at least changed NFL history forever. 2001, Drew Brees. 32nd overall pick in 2001. He played with the Chargers from 2001 to 2005. Then he signed with the Saints in 2006, where his career really took off. He was a Super Bowl champion in Super Bowl 44. He was the MVP in that game as well. He's also a 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, leads the league in passing 7 times throughout his career. He could potentially break Peyton Manning's records, and he is, in my opinion, a top 10 all-time quarterback. 2002, Ed Reed, the 24th overall pick by the Ravens, best ball-hawking safety ever. 3-time leader in interceptions, 64 interceptions, 13 pick sixes throughout his career, 141 pass deflected, Super Bowl 47 champion, arguably a top 10 defensive player of all time. 2003, Jason Witten. Troy Polamalu is going to be my honorable mention for this one. He was the 69th overall pick by the Cowboys, 11 Pro Bowl selections, one of the best tight ends ever. Probably, let's go with top 5 all time at the position. Excellent leader and is still playing at a high level in his mid-30s now. 2004, Ben Roethlisberger. The 11th overall selection became the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise quarterback, and in his first season went 15-1 with the team. He won 2 Super Bowls. He's been an elite quarterback since he came into the league. Surefire Hall of Famer. 2005, Aaron Rodgers. Somehow Aaron Rodgers fell to the 24th spot, and arguably he's the best quarterback in the NFL today. He's a Super Bowl 45 champion and MVP, two-time regular MVP award winner, and might end up becoming the most decorated quarterback of all time. Just has to see what the rest of his team does. 2006, Brandon Marshall. He was the 119th overall pick by the Broncos. That is a steal for one of the most dominant wide receivers of his era. Among the all-time leaders in all receiving stats, he has incredible hands and size. He's a six-time Pro Bowler, but has never appeared in a playoff game. Shocking. 2007, Darrelle Revis. Could be the second best corner ever if we're counting Deion Sanders, right? 14th pick in 2007. He formed Revis Island that nobody could get across. He only had 29 picks because quarterbacks weren't willing to throw his way. He's a Super Bowl champion. He shut down the opposition's top wide receiver for nearly a decade. 2008, Matt Ryan. He made the Falcons forget about Michael Vick really, really quickly. He took the Falcons to the playoffs in his rookie year. Then he has 2 NFC Championship appearances, the 2016 League MVP. He almost won Super Bowl 51, 28-3. That being said, he is one of the league's most consistent quarterbacks and should be a future Hall of Famer. 2009, Matt Stafford. He was the first overall pick, and he took a risk by leaving his school early. He joined a team that went 0-16 the year before. Now he's one of the NFL's most established quarterbacks. Over 4,000 yards every year since 2011, and has taken those Lions that went 0-16 to the playoffs 3 times. 2010, Antonio Brown. Gronk absolutely gets a shout out here, but the fact that Antonio Brown was picked 195th overall by the Steelers gives him the nod. He is a 2-time leader in receiving yards and receptions, a 6-time Pro Bowler, and has helped the Steelers win 4 NFC North divisions. 2011, J.J. Watt. The 11th overall pick in that year, the Steelers took a risk by not taking a quarterback, but what they got was a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, the best pass rusher maybe since Lawrence Taylor, 76 sacks through the 2017 season, and turned the Texans into a playoff team. He is, without a doubt, the best defensive player of his era. 2012, Andrew Luck. The first overall pick, he was a surefire easy bet. He won 11 games with the Colts in his rookie year. He led the Colts to 3 straight playoff appearances, including a 2014 AFC Championship. If he is able to stay healthy, he could come together and become one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. 2013, LeVeon Bell. 48th overall, now one of the NFL's best running backs. He's formed an elite offense with Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger. 3,000-yard rushing seasons. On top of that, 600 receiving yards at least 3 times. The guy does everything. 2014, Aaron Donald. Odell Beckham deserves mention here, but that being said, we're not going with him. 39 sacks. He was named to the Pro Bowl each of his first 4 years. 2017 Defensive Player of the Year. Aaron Donald is great. 2015, Todd Gurley. The 2015 Offensive Rookie of the Year, then the 2017 Offensive Player of the Year. He led the NFL in rushing touchdowns in 2017 with 13. He has an insane burst and speed and juking abilities. He could win multiple rushing titles, and he could win multiple championships with that team as well. 2016, Carson Wentz. The Eagles traded up to land Carson Wentz, and good for them. He would have won the MVP in 2017 if he didn't tear his ACL. He had 33 touchdowns and over 3,000 yards in just 13 games. Sure, he watched Nick Foles win the Super Bowl on the sidelines, but he could be the next best quarterback in the NFL. 2017, Marshawn Lattimore. It's still so early, so who are we really going to pick? Lattimore was the 2017 Defensive Player of the Year, the 4th best corner of 2017, 5 interceptions, transformed that Saints horrible secondary for years into one of the league's best. He almost reached the NFC Championship game. Yeah, he deserves it. Maybe Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson would probably have had it if he didn't get hurt. But who else should be on this list? Join me in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, do all that. I'm excited for NFL draft season. Until next time, I'm Mike Cantalupo. Thanks for watching.